Hi, welcome to week 3. So, this week I have had the normal kind of side effects. I've had the aches and the shivers about 5 hours after the lovely little injection. Woohoo! I've also had a weird sort of not temper problem, but just irrational fear or irrational dislike. So it took me about half an hour to chase the smallest fly out of my room before I was ready to actually do the recording, but I couldn't do it. I had to get rid of it. I've also been really tired for the last week, and I've been getting out of breath and not been sleeping very well, so I've been taking some Nitol to look after that, and I have been sort of getting some nice smelling sticks and some oils just to make me kind of relax at night time, and that's been working really well. And I've also been telling all of my friends what I'm going through, and they've been really great. I think that's the one thing that I have to pass on to you, is that tell your friends, because it's so difficult to go through this if no one knows what's actually happening to you. So you kind of, if you tell them, they're completely understanding when it turns around to when you're just getting a little bit frustrated and a little bit angry for the smallest things. And also, like, if you go out for a meal, and like it takes me about twice the amount of time as it usually would to actually finish my food, and people are looking at me going, what's up with him? Why is he? Usually I would eat like so quickly. I've had a bit of a loss of appetite, but it's nothing too bad, it's nothing too noticeable either, but it's just that now I'm sitting there watching everyone else finish their food, and I'm there going, I don't know if I can finish mine. Can I finish it? I've got to. So yeah, that's one of my little challenges, is just to try and make sure that I don't lose much weight. And then on the plus side, some of you might want to lose a bit of weight. For me, I can't really afford to do that because I'm quite skinny as it is. And so, luckily, every now and then, I'll suddenly just get really hungry. And that's when I decide, you know what, I'm going to pig out. And when I say pig out, it's not like I go out and have a whole world's worth of food. I just have a normal amount of food. But yeah, I just go for it. So like, I had a huge fruit salad and all this stuff. Apparently these little cleansing wipes have been recalled, so I'm not allowed to use them, so I just have to make sure that I wash before I do this, which is all fine because I'm working from home today. So I've just finished a conference call, which was really exciting. Anyway, so there we go. I'm still on the same dose, and so just got to contract it together, mix it up, and in there, in that tiny little window, you can see a kind of foggy substance, and that's basically the crystals being dissolved and just absorbed into the saline solution, which is then going to go in my belly. So luckily, last week I didn't have an allergic reaction like I did on the first week. So the first week, you might remember, there was a little bit of a rash on my stomach, and I had hives on my face and on my head and on my hands, and so I spoke to the doctor, and I had to take lots of antihistamine, which again made me really tired, but it was all good. Last week did that injection, haven't had a rash there, had a bit of an itchy hive on my hand, but wasn't too noticeable, so that's all good. I've been told I need to let this warm up to room temperature, which is fine, so it's been out of the fridge for about 5-10 minutes now, so I'll take that bit off and then pop that on and screw it in. All good. Take the big needle cap off, and there's a little bit of extra water there, I don't know if you can see it. That's just the pressure coming out of the needle. That's all good. Then I've got to give it myself the right dose. So you probably remember I said last time I'm a big chap, 85 kilograms, so I have to go up to 1.5 for this. And then also all the fun time of injecting myself, which is all great. So I'm sure you're not supposed to put this in your mouth, but yeah. So again, halfway between here and here. Grab that. Yeah, I was never going to suggest doing that, but I did it by accident. Right, take it off. And there we go. The tiniest needle at the top. Probably can't even see it, but yeah. That's all you got. And a little measuring spot. That's there. Hope you can see. And then pack it in. And squeeze all the way in. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3, and we're out. And we're done. And then the weirdest part about this is the fact that I've actually got to have one of these little cases in my house. You probably can't see that, but danger, spiky bits. Do not sort of shove your finger in. You will get sick if you touch something from here. So yeah, this is the weird part. I've got to put that in. That's all done. The last needle from last week. And close it up, keep it safe. I think the other thing is I have to tell my housemates that I've got this so that they don't sort of, well, I've got the injections that I keep in the fridge, and I've got that little box. I hope they don't need to see that, but just so that they don't start rooting around and wondering what it is that's in the fridge when they're looking at my injections. And that's the best thing you need to do. Just tell your friends. Otherwise you're kind of going through it alone, and I would not recommend that. Anyway, see you next week.